Hello, hello! On today's show, Mike's going to show us the very first viewer submissions for Cover Combat 7. Welcome to your favorite comic art loving, battle simulating show, Cover Combat 7 by Xcellar Comics. I, of course, am your fourth or fifth favorite podcasting host, Kevin. And we've got the man with all the info up on deck first, Mike.
Hey, everybody. What's going on?
And then, of course, trailing right along for the ride with me is Pat. Pat, what's up?
Yeah, trailing right here.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Get ready to get into this combat. Can't wait to see these covers.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. All right, Mike, it is up. Awesome. And I am super duper excited for this. I was just selling it yesterday to one of our contestants at our local comic book shop, our favorite salesman, Troy, comic book salesman, Troy. And he was actually worried he missed it because it took so long for us to get around to it. I was like, no, it's perfect. Seriously, it's coming Monday.
Yeah.
So this is pretty exciting.
Yeah, we'll let him know. And that you're right, salesman. I looked through my collection. There are so many books. I'm like, yep, Troy talked me into buying that one, and I don't want it.
Yeah, exactly. How about you, Pat? Did you do any pitching of this to anybody as of late?
I don't think I was so busy this week. I don't think I had a chance to even mention it to anybody.
Okay. Because I actually, it kind of dawned on me last night during the Whatnot show as well that I need to start soliciting for Cover Combat 8 for more viewer submissions, because we actually got a little extra, got a couple 3 extra, I think, but not a whole another round or another bunch of submissions for Cover Combat 8, which I figured people would just be pouring in especially once they saw the prizes, which, by the way, I've got chilling here behind me. So I figured that'd be a nice backdrop. So anyway, what do you think?
Yep.
Can you see them? See, these
Yeah,
are the
very
Cover
festive.
Combat 7 prizes on display. Yeah. And these are the presents for my family since it's Christmas time. All right, enough about me, though. Okay, Mike.
Yeah, that's me. I've been holding on to this information, wanting to share it for so long.
Okay.
It's driving me nuts. I can't wait for you guys to see the covers and these matchups. Because this runs the game. We've got books from the 1950s all the way up to 2023. It's fantastic.
That is a mix. That's for sure.
So I say let's just jump into it with the first matchup. The first one that we're going to start off with some modern books that we are all familiar with.
Okay.
First matchup we have is Amazing Spider-Man 313, Farland versus Spawn 330, Carlo Barbary. So there's 2 McFarlane books, even though McFarlane didn't do this one, right out of the gate.
Yeah, this is awesome. Right out of the gate, I'm totally down for all this. This is going to be tough right away, immediately for me. My favorite character versus my favorite artist. Daggum.
Yep.
Pat, what say you about these two? I know McFarlane's your favorite.
He's speechless. Pat's like, yeah, let's see the second matchup.
I must have a delay or something. Sorry, guys.
Mike, we forgot to mention too. We probably should have mentioned. Maybe we'll get used to this as we do more Cover Combat 7 shows. A little shout out at the top of the show to our submitters. We're going to keep it secret as to which submissions are theirs,
Correct.
but we do want to give a little shout out to our submitters, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I forgot.
Yeah, remind people who they are.
Okay, so we've got Ando, Kratos, your grandpa, not literally your grandpa. Broton,
Y-E-R. Yeah.
You're, Broton Proton, Stark Comics, Troy David, and Jason.
All right. Yeah. So we're not going to know who any of those are, but shout out to all those. I'll make sure I tag them in this video too.
Yeah.
Everywhere we post it or whatever, because they're the ones that have done the awesome job of getting us all these books. And I'm totally loving this first submission or this first matchup. Mike, what do you think of this first matchup?
Oh, I think it's great. They impressive submissions. And this is one of those ones where when you look at, if you looked at all the covers as a whole, like, I like that one, I'll vote for that one, I'll vote for that one, and then they go up against each other. So
right out of the gate. Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
All right.
Next up, going back in time a little bit here, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 104 from Gil Kane versus the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 5 Dolly.
You did a heck of a job there. What was the artist? I was laughing through your artist. I was so impressed with the title.
Dolly. Doally. And this is a variant cover.
Is that like Madonna? That's a one name artist.
Yeah, there are a few of these artists out there like that,
Okay.
And that's one of them.
Dolly, huh? Okay. Well, I think these are both pretty cool. Yeah, big stark difference on these. That's for sure.
Yep.
What do you think of these ones, Pat?
Yeah, it's we haven't had enough Gil Kane in our Cover Combat, so I'm glad to see this cover.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. Not to take anything away from the Power Rangers, Mutant Turtles, we're kind of old school feel.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I could definitely appreciate that Power Rangers, that's for sure. But yeah, that Spider-Man's cool. Yeah. All right.
Oh man, this one's hard. Next up, Spider-Punk #1 from Takashi Okazaki versus Dime Comics from LB Cole. So
daggone.
Yeah, this is school versus old school. I mean, 10 center. But LB Cole, I think I don't know a lot about the Golden Age, but I think LB Cole is one of those artists that I think he's got a pretty good following for people within that Golden Age collectors.
Yeah. Are you familiar with him at all, Pat?
I know the name, but I couldn't pick out his artwork. I don't believe, like this. If you would have asked me the cover artist for that, I wouldn't have been able to pull it.
Yeah, that's the same as me. That's why I'm almost positive that he's pretty well liked within the Golden Age, because I knew his name, so I have to know his name for a reason because I'm not a Golden Age collector.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that is the art that's paved the way to get us to the Spider-Punk. That's how you look at this matchup, right?
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm gonna have to say it's gonna be a little easier choice for me on this one. Okay.
All right. Next up, once again, World's Finest 123 from Dick Dillon versus Joker Uncovered #1 Lee Bermejo.
Man, oh man. So first thing I want to say now that we've gotten a few of these shown, this is nothing like I thought. I was totally thinking it would be kind of, we talked about it, how it's outside the box thinking, but I thought they'd all at least be modern. Didn't you think that, Pat?
I was expecting a more lean towards modern for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I thought there would be more like you guys, modern stuff, real recognizable covers.
Yeah. Yeah. If it, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna splice those two things together. Yeah, because that's actually what I would have thought. Modern, and if it wasn't modern, something that would be real. You'd know what it is. You've seen it a million times. Old school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's after. Oh, see, I want to say it now. Well, I guess I can talk about what books aren't on the list, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Action Comics #1 isn't on the list.
Yeah. That's for the crowd. Maybe you would have thought like, an
Yeah.
Action Comics #1 or yeah.
But
I was gonna say Detective, but I don't know if that's not on here yet, so I shouldn't say that. I guess.
right.
All right.
Everybody stick around this week and next week to see if Detective 27 is on the list. So, or Detective #1. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, let's get moving here. Oh, I love this matchup. We have Batgirls #1 from Alex Garner versus The Walking Dead #1, the 10th anniversary issue from Tony Moore.
That one's rough for. That's another great. These are all great so far, but this one is particularly rough. It's another rough one for me. Is this a rough one for you, Pat?
Nah, this is a pretty easy one for me.
You're saying that, and I still have no idea which one you're thinking.
Yeah.
Let's just think about my leanings, and
That's true.
I'm more of a traditional art style person
Yeah.
versus an airbrushed, computer assisted, overpower Marvel trading card looking cover. You can kind of figure out which cover I like here.
Got it. Got it.
Let me go ahead and get that vote written down.
What do you think of this matchup, Mike?
Yeah, I love the matchup. I think they're both really good covers, but for me, it's an easy vote.
Yeah, I would figure that with you too. It literally is tough for me though, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
All right.
Oh man. Next up.
Oh,
Where are we? Batman 50, Jack Burnley versus Legion of Superheroes #1, Keith Giffen. Man.
Batman on the old Gatling gun.
Yep. It's so funny because everyone's like, Batman doesn't use a gun. Here he is using one of the most devastating guns.
Yeah.
With a smile on his face.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, with Robin belt feeding it. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But there we go. Another 10 center, and then another was from the 80s, but
yeah. Who'd you say the Legion artist was? I'm sorry.
Oh, Keith Giffen. And they just did a real nice DC and Marvel both did little dedication pages to him. DC's is much better than Marvel's. I'll put it that way. It's a big 2-page spread. Maybe I'll try to have it for one of our Saturday shows, but anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's a nice cover. What is that called? Johnny calls that with the when they interact with the cover. That's what's kind of happening there, right? They're ripping out of what would be a virgin blue or not a virgin, but a what do you call it when it's just blank or whatever? You know the covers nowadays.
Sketch cover.
Yeah, sketch cover. Yeah. Like this is just a blue sketch cover, and the heroes are ripping out of it. I love it. Love it. Nice. All right.
Let's find my place here. Oh man. Sorry. I just love these old versus new. Deadpool #7 from Peach Momoko versus the Cisco Kid 34. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the artist credited with this cover, and I looked high and low. So
Really?
Yeah. I struggled on some of these books, man. I'm like, holy cow. I've never seen this Cisco Kid book before.
Yeah. Perhaps the submitter will get back to you with some information.
Well, I know who submitted it, and I can answer no.
Okay. They won't. Got it.
They won't.
Well, any viewers that are viewing this right now, let us know who the artist for the Cisco Kid is. We'd really appreciate the help, and maybe there might just be something in it for you. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll hook you up. But let me just say this to our
Well, it has to be correct.
right. It has to be. Wait, yeah, and I guess if you couldn't find it, how are we going to confirm it? That's true.
Right.
Yes, what a conundrum.
Maybe Troy would know anyway, because he is a you know, kind of an overbearing salesman at times. No offense, Troy. You know, that is said with all the love in the world, but he is definitely our resident knowledge, old school guru, old school comic guru, knowledge guy, whatever. Yeah. And I just want to say this, that Deadpool, I am so happy. Peach has finally shown in Cover Combat, if I'm not mistaken. Peach has not been in any Cover Combats, right? Any version of Cover Combat yet at this point. So yay for Peach. I love Peach. So the fact that that's in there, I love it.
Yeah, I don't recall her being in any of them yet.
Very cool.
There we go. Another old school, new school.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Juggernaut #1 from Scotty Young versus Night Terrors #1 from Ivan Race.
Oh, man.
Yep. I'll tell you, the Scotty Young submission, smart move. Yeah,
So
we've got tons of Scotty Young fans.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing about Scotty Young. Is this the first Scotty Young in Cover Combat then as well?
I think so. Don't ask these hard questions, man.
I think it is. What do you think of these, Pat?
Delay.
Yeah.
Or he just doesn't think of either of them.
I'm assuming he can't hear us. Dadgummit. Okay.
Yep.
I would really like to hear Pat's thoughts on these two.
There we go. You know how I love Night Terrors, so.
Yeah, right. I don't know if we've ever gotten your have we ever gotten your thoughts on Scotty Young before though, Pat? Have we, Mike?
It's another hard question.
No, I can hear you. You probably just can't hear me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. So what are your thoughts on Scotty Young, Pat?
Can you just do sign language?
I mean, I've always liked Scotty. Oh man, I'm leaving and coming back because.
Okay, man.
Can you hear me?
Okay, sorry, man.
We'll dub Patrick in post-production.
Yeah, okay. He's kind of, what's going on with him is what was happening with you a couple weeks ago, Mike, during the show. Like, we kept talking about how you were delayed, and then you would talk about how you weren't delayed because you didn't realize you weren't delayed yet, and it was hilarious. So anyway.
Yeah. All right.
More technical difficulties. What's a comics and collectibles in the crawl space without technical difficulties? You know, we don't know yet. We don't know what that.
We don't know. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Once again, Adventure Comics 157 from Win Mortimer versus Predator #1, another Scotty Young.
Awesome.
I have one of these books. You want to guess which one?
Yeah, not Predator.
Yeah, Predator. I do love that Adventure Comics. I've never seen that cover. But man, I'm just such a sucker for the old school look.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out, okay, what's the difference? And it just hit me the other day. I think it's just the color palette. And I mean, this is not a great book to use because there's a lot of colors on that Adventure Comics. But yeah, there aren't a lot of variations, you know. But the modern color palette is, you've got all different, 1,000 different hues of green.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's what it is.
Well, this is definitely super interesting on that cover. You know, I can't help but think this, having these two on the screen at the same time. First of all, this is definitely one of my favorite Scotty Young Predators. I mean, favorite Scotty Young variants, this Predator. But just, every time I see these old school covers, I want to analyze it. So that's Lana Lang Supergirl. And is she flying, or is she just jumping off the roof with those guys?
Yeah, I think it kind of falls into that thing where they used to warn kids, look, you can't jump off the roof and fly. It's make believe.
Right.
And I think she is gonna fall because she's not just like Superboy.
And she doesn't have a cape, and she's wearing a yellow mask. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Shower cap with eye holes cut in it. Yeah, the biggest. No cape. Come on.
Yep.
No cape, can't fly.
Gotta love the evolution of comic books for sure. That's awesome.
Yep.
And that Predator, yeah, it's just great. Scotty Young, gotta love him.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Scotty Young's books when he adds backgrounds or, more to it than just sometimes he just has characters saying funny things on a big white canvas. This one's got a great mountain there, or whatever you want to call that hill.
This just actually reminded me. This is how this is how kind of out of the man. I'm so out of it. I'm not even coming up with the words. Out of sync we are. I didn't even realize myself. I didn't introduce Karen. I didn't even think to myself, oh, Karen's actually not here today. Until just now, I'm like, Karen's loving this cover comment. And I almost said, Karen, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
Got 2 Scotty Youngs in a row, and she's not even here. Dang.
Yep. Yeah, where is Karen? Is she off today?
Yeah, I guess so. I sent her an invite and everything, but I was just checking. I haven't got a message. Johnny did get back to me, and he said he wasn't going to make it this morning. But
Okay.
So Pat,
Yes.
testing. You seem like you're with it. What do you think of these 2 Scott? Well, here's Scotty Juggernaut and Night Terrors, but you said you're already not a big Night Terrors fan anyway. But what do you think of the Scotty Youngs? Have you expressed your opinion on Scotty Young covers in general before that I've forgotten?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a Scotty Young fan, but I'm over the kitty covers he's been doing. It's just too much.
Okay. So you're you can still appreciate it, but you're not exactly into it like you used to be, right?
Well, he didn't used to always do these kinds of covers. That's the thing. Like, I'm a longtime Scotty fan, but I think he's riding these coattails of this style of cover a little too much. Not to say that every once in a while there's one that I do really like, but it's just I'm starting to get that same old feeling from him, like Art Germ a lot of the times.
Yeah. And it could be Marvel just saying, okay, yeah, more. Okay, yeah.
Money.
Yeah,
yep. Money.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to call this segment Pat's in case you didn't know, because I didn't know Scotty had a style besides this. I'm going to have to, maybe you might know right off the cuff, Pat, a couple examples as some Scotty prior to this style that because I did not know. So that's
he did a Human Torch book. He did a New Warriors. A couple things, more traditional style. Still with a animation type bent to it, but not the babyish, super deformed sort of looking.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right, Mike, what you got next?
All right, next up. All right, Avengers 97, Gil Kane versus Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse number 5. Long titles. Nicoletta Baldari.
All right, that'll be even crazier if these Gil Kanes are different submitters. I don't know if we got one viewer that's a particularly big Gil Kane fan, or they're different submitters, which would make it even more interesting.
Well, if it's more interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah. Different submissions.
Can I ask the same of the Scotty Young submissions?
You can ask, but yeah, it's
you don't have to say.
No, I can they were same submitter.
Those are going to be more Scotty Young covers. We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Yeah, there's a chance.
Well, that Gwen verse is that's an interesting choice. Interesting choice. Hmm.
I'm gonna need to see that one full screen, I think.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
It is impressive when you actually see the whole piece larger, because there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example of the color palettes that I was just talking about. I mean, look at the variations of the purples in there.
Yeah.
So many different variations on the modern books. So,
I love that Avengers though. That's awesome.
yeah.
That kind of reminds me of something of my review today. Wait till I show you my review cover. You may have seen it already, but it's very similar to that Avengers cover. Anyway.
All right. Next up.
All right.
This is this one. Like I said earlier, when you see two covers, you're like, I'm going to vote for both of those, and then they come up against each other. This is it right here.
Oh,
Fantastic 451 from Jack Kirby versus Middle West #1 Mike Huddleston. Yeah,
the looking down matchup. Got it.
Yeah. It's so uncanny how that stuff works.
Yeah.
One of
I
these
actually
covers
did a
is
little-
my all-time favorite covers. One of these is not.
I know that. I know the answer to that.
Yeah, I could guess that one too. Do you like the Middle West though, Pat? Okay.
Yeah, I wish that I had picked that series up. I really like that. But I mean, Scotty Young wrote that one.
Okay. Wait, is that Scotty Young art?
No, that's Mike Huddleston art.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I don't think Scotty Young did the interiors either. I think looks like George Corona did the interiors. But yeah, that Fantastic Four, that's on my list of books that I want. Haven't got around to picking it up.
Yeah, isn't that a pricey book now too?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm fine with low grade, so I would definitely be in the market for a low grade, cheaper copy. But yeah, I think in high grade, I think almost any 12 center in high grade is going to be a lot, but this one more so than others.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Pat, you got it? You have that one?
No.
You want it though, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. If anybody has any they want to get rid of, just send them my way. You can send multiples, and I'll figure out which one I like the best. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
All right. Next up, Gen 13 #1 from J. Scott Campbell versus Berserker #1 from Raphael Grandpa. Speechless.
Sorry, I had to leave the room for a second.
I mean, that's a classic Gen 13 cover, but that's early J. Scott Campbell, and man, you can really things stick out to you when you go back and look at some of his early art. He's really developed over time into who he is today.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Which I love that. I love that cover. I love both of these covers. Yeah, but I was talking about the Gen 13 in particular.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's got to be what, like a 92 cover, right? 93.
Yeah,
On there,
early 90s, 93.
Oh, it says 93 right on there.
Cover, yep.
Yep. And I love that Berserker cover. I've got multiples of that and foil, the whole shebang.
Yeah, I like both of these a lot.
All right, that's going to be interesting.
Moving forward, this one's great. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin #1, and this is the store appreciation variant.
Okay.
Kevin Eastman, because it's got the black and white look to it. And then the Agent #1 from Fernando Dagnino. Dagnino. Fernando Dagnino. Can't read my own writing sometimes. Oh, there it is on the cover. Dagnino.
Dagnino, got it. Interesting.
Yep. I've never heard of The Agent. So never saw that book.
Same here.
I have a few of Blaze books.
Gotta love our viewers teaching us something. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be tough too. I like both of those.
Yep. All right. All this up. Familiar faces here. Two-Fisted Tales 25 from Harvey Kurtzman versus Batman 423, the Todd McFarlane.
All right. I do believe this is a repeat submission, right? We've had Batman 423. That was in the last one.
Yeah.
Was it in the last one? Yeah.
Yep, it was.
So go Todd.
Mm-hmm.
but Two-Fisted Tales. I don't know, man. That is really a strong submission.
Yeah. It's a great for me. It's a great cover. I love the Batman, obviously. I really like that Two-Fisted Tales.
I'm not joking too. I love it. I love it. There's so. What is He-Man Adventures? What this is pre-He-Man, so that can't be referring to. I have the power, He-Man.
Right.
And of course, having this cover right after we have the similar Batman and Robin cover kind of deal. Oh man, what's that say, fellas? I just got word they're announcing an armistice. Yeah. Oh, arranging.
But you got to read the next word, Balloon.
Yeah. Tell Jonesy here about your armistice. We'll be dead.
He'll be glad.
Oh, sorry.
Because Jonesy is dead. That's the.
Oh, he's talking to his buddy. Oh, gotcha. I thought he was. I didn't even see his buddy there until after you just pointed that out. I was thinking he was talking to the enemy. Like, tell the enemy about it, you know.
Oh no, Jonesy's laying right there. So
he's he's got a hole in his head.
Yep.
That's crazy. This is an interesting matchup, but this is going to be pretty easy for me. Yeah.
Because not spoiling anything, I think, didn't you submit 423?
I think I did. Yeah. But we're talking about in previous cover combat. This is all viewer submissions this time. Pat, does Batman stand a chance in this one, or that Two-Fisted Tales make it a good matchup for you?
I mean, I don't know. I'll have to think about this one.
Okay. All right. What you got next, Mike?
Having never seen some of these covers, you really gotta. It's like, oh, I can't just, pick so quickly. I have to think about it.
True.
All right. Next, this was an interesting matchup, mainly because of the submission of one of them. So we've got Wonder Woman number 10 from George Perez versus Dragonero number 1 from Giuseppe Mattioni. I've never seen or heard of Dragonero. It looks like a European book. It looks awesome.
Karen is going to love this. Is going to be her favorite cover combat.
Yeah. Well, I have to do this. That Wonder Woman number 10 is actually a wraparound. So I've got to give the full, there were no limitations to what books could be submitted. There were no wraparound covers not allowed. So here's a great wraparound cover. So there's the full look at the George Perez piece. I mean, that can almost go up on, an art exhibit wall.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But there's the matchup.
And that Dragonero is very cool. Yeah. Just like you said, you just nailed it with what you just said a minute ago. That you gotta, not having seen these before, you gotta really give them a look. It's gonna take a minute on this one for me too. What say you, Pat?
Yeah, that's a recurring thing here. These covers that you're unfamiliar with, I'm gonna have to, the ones we know, they're kind of ingrained in our heads. We know But these ones that are just we've never seen before, you kind of have to, look at them individually and kind of blow them up and take a look.
Yeah.
Let it sink in before you
Yeah.
make a decision.
For good and the bad, because
Right.
especially with me, I don't notice a lot of the details you guys notice sometimes, and sometimes it's not such a good detail. It's like, why is that guy's elbow behind his left ear? Like whatever,
Right.
But these
I
look
think
smooth off the bat,
Yeah, I think the way it goes, I think Johnny and Patrick have a more keen eye on stuff like that, and I think I'm right them, and then you're me. Because there'll be times Patrick and Johnny are like, "Yeah, I don't like his hand." Like, his hand. Oh, I don't like his hand now either. I didn't see it.
Right. Right.
But yeah, they're a little
And like
keener
perfect
eye.
example with that, I'm definitely coming in last on that one, because the perfect example with that two-fisted tails, I didnj't even notice the guy dead beside him with the hole in it until you pointed it out.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. No.
All right. Well, you see Wonder Woman's on this one though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm not that bad. Like my eyes aren't that bad yet.
All right. Wrapping things up, coming up. This is our last matchup for the round 1A. We have that's the Wonder Woman wraparound again.
Okay.
We have New Teen Titans 20 from George Perez versus Spider-Man #1 from Todd McFarlane. McFarlane bookending here.
Definitely got a kindred soul in this viewer submissions. I mean, this is this the third or fourth McFarlane? Or maybe it's the fourth. It's 3 McFarlane submissions with a Spawn submission, I think.
Correct.
Nice.
And they were all different submitters.
Awesome.
Like all 4 of those, all different.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pat's loving that.
Yeah, because we have, there's still 32 or 30 some books to look at next week.
Yep.
More McFarlane.
I'm noting
Anyway,
another. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
No, back to this. We've got
I was
2 heavy hitters. Go ahead.
I was just noting another interesting part of this. We just come out of the special DC focused Cover Combat 6 because John, wanted that for what would hopefully get him to the champ. But now this is pretty heavy classic DC, right? I mean, it's not all 80s, obviously, but I think this, if you want to scan through them all, I don't know how quick it is and easy you can scan through them all. I think it's actually a little bit, this first round 1A is actually a little bit more DC heavy than anything else, right, Pat?
Let's count them.
Okay.
There's 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
3.
Neither. No. Okay. Okay.
4.
Okay.
5.
Yep. All right. Maybe I was wrong.
7. 8. 9. 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. 10.
All right.
That's pretty heavy though.
Yeah, but I was thinking it was actually the majority, but it's that's pretty even then, actually, probably between Marvel and DC and other.
Yep.
It seems pretty equal, which is good too, which is obviously is awesome. I was just I don't know why that stood out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just coming right out of Cover Combat 6, having that much DC when that was the focus of Cover Combat 6 seems to be interesting, because I think prior to Cover Combat 6, I thought Johnny's frustration was a little bit valid, that there wasn't much, especially classic DC going on. It was mostly, other,
Yeah. So there we go.
Anyway.
That's round 1A, and everybody can head over to the Facebook page and get to voting.
Yeah, and actually we didn't mention that in the submitters shout out. we actually needed, or no, we didn't need it, but we wanted to still possibly get a ring for Johnny. So we got one. I don't know if it's any of the ones you showed today or not, Mike, but we got one submission for Johnny in Cover Combat 7, correct?
Yeah, I needed an even number.
Oh, okay.
It's weird how math works. There are so many rules and laws to math that you can't break.
Right.
So we needed one more submission so everything works out all the way down.
Okay.
And so that's what I reached out to Johnny, and he submitted one cover, no rules, no limitations, outside of everybody else, all the same. And he submitted it, and I won't say if it was in round 1A or if it's going to be in round 1B. I guess we'll find out in like 7 weeks.
Yeah. I will silently be silently and unaware of what it is, be rooting for Johnny in that as well, because if Johnny wins it all, he can't. He doesn't get this. He's Xcellar Group members don't get big prizes from Xcellar Group. So
yeah.
That's one way I can look at it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm going to root for everyone equally, or root for the covers. I think deserve it as opposed to whoever it is. So
Yep.
All right, that's awesome though, man. As usual, I want to get straight to round 1B already, right? Right, Pat?
Yeah. Yep. I want to see the rest of them.
Yep. Tune in next week, and you can.
Yeah.
Well,
you have to.
Yeah, I'm really going to be trying to solicit hard to get people to vote in this one. I really want whoever gets these prizes to really have earned it. I mean, obviously you technically earn it just by submitting covers, but I really want them to put their best foot forward to get what they've submitted through. That's the idea behind all these. And just to cover these real quick again, we got a 9.8 CGC copy of Batman 44, the Batman Catwoman wedding issue, Warhammer 40K action figure, a pack of Pokemon trading cards, and Christmas sweater Deadpool pop. Mike, you've got the signed X-Men number. What is that? X-Men number 8
13.
13? Okay.
Yeah, signed by Art Adams, and Sergeant Werewolf #1 signed by Rich Woodall. And
then lastly, including some gift cards, one for Voodoo to get a streaming show or movie, and a gift card also for movie tickets. Kind of encompasses everything we talk about and show on comics and collectibles in one big prize. So somebody that's submitted in Cover Combat 7 is going to win all of that. Man, that's a 1 in 8 chance. That's pretty good odds. So, if you're watching this right now and you want to submit for Cover Combat 8 and beyond, because as far as I'm concerned, with the way round 1A looks to me, I want more viewer submissions. I want to get so many viewer submissions. We have to intentionally interrupt with Xcellar Group member submissions round, Cover Combat again because I want to play too, but get me your viewer submissions. Cover Combat 8 is open and available. All you got to do is message me, whether you do it in a comment here or send me a private message through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, anywhere. Just let me know you want to be involved. I'll get your info, and then we'll get your submissions. Get ready for the next one. But big prizes, 1 in 8 shot for the people that submitted for a huge prize for Cover Combat 7. So, but and that's awesome prep on your part too, as well, Mike.
Oh, thanks.
And you played the role of a great viewer, as did I this time, Pat. Good job. All right, so let's close this out. Pat, I'll talk to you about this after the show too. Please like this video and comment your suggestions and ideas for a future theme of Cover Combat, as well as subscribe and hit that bell to get notifications. Follow Xcellar Comics on Facebook, Instagram, and/or X, aka Twitter, and follow Xcellar_comics on TikTok to see the latest posts and updates for the next rounds of Cover Combat. And you can help support Xcellar Comics Cover Combat shows, including the prizes that are involved through Patreon at patreon.com/Xcellar Comics. And watch Cover Combat 7 viewer submissions round 1B next Monday, December 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And lastly, watch our next live stream on YouTube or Facebook next Saturday, December 16th at 9:30 a.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. Man,
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I think I might have nailed that on my first cold try here. What do you think?
I thought Karen showed up. Nope. That's somebody that doesn't know how to fly the plane.
That is funny. I was thinking, did Karen show up myself? And then I looked down. Hold on. Is Karen here or not?
No.
Well,
I don't think.
all right, everybody put their hands up.
It's bad.
Karen, are you here?
I can't see her there. I think there is a little screen down below that I can't see. Maybe that's.
I heard her. She came in about 10 minutes ago, I think.
That is awesome.
Let me get rid of this. Oh, there she is. Now I see her. I moved things around.
Oh, yeah, there it is now. Okay, yeah. Awesome. Welcome, Karen. That is so funny.
All right. Good time, Karen. See you later.
Didn't you shake your head, Pat, that the first time was you?
No.
Oh, didn't you think he thought? Didn't you think he thought? Mike, didn't you think he shook his head to your answer at first? No.
No, I didn't see him.
Oh,
I don't look at the screen. I'm watching a movie over here.
Tyler, come on.
yeah, exactly. That's so funny. Yeah, I think I just called Tyler out recently. Yeah. Oh, it was right after you were giving Mike, our Pokemon guy, props for being so engaged with the show, and I'm like, yeah, he's not like Tyler. He's like on his phone, and he's got another screen blaring in his face during our show. And we call him, and he's like, what? But gotta love him though. Love him. So, all right, so awesome. So it's great. Karen was able to show up for the end here, and again, you all did a great job. Did you have anything else, Mike?
Nope. We'll see everybody next week.
Patrick.
Nope. Just get out there and vote.
Awesome. That's exactly what I was going to say to close out too. Please vote here. Vote Facebook. Get those votes in, and let me know if you want to get some submissions in for future Cover Combats. And until next time, don't forget, appreciating great art is awesome, and reading a great story is fun. So why not pick up a comic book and do both? Xcellar out.